Or
damn, Scotty, you look good, bro.
Yeah, you do.
nope.
I love that.
It's getting nuts. Can it do only 4 at a time?
5 and 5.
Whoa.
3.
How are y'all doing? Awesome. Hey.
That's trippy.
Amanda.
Hi.
We're live.
Hi, everyone.
Live from Phoenix, Arizona. It's Monday night.
Charlie.
What up?
Hey, I'm pressing buttons to get people in.
What's up?
What up?
So fun.
Alicia's in there. Hey.
Ryan, make sure everybody gets on the live from their computer.
I'm trying.
Come on, Brian.
It's only doing 4 at a time. Hi, Jemima.
It's so weird that we have like to share with you.
This is crazy.
This is cool.
We
I
got
can't-
6 on the live link.
It's like.
Get those live links up.
Lima,
Whoop.
what up, dog? Yeah.
You bring it to class?
It's like people jumping in and out. So we're about to jump out of this portion here. Just wanted everybody to get to like sort of wave and just get a feel for being on the big screen in the theater.
A gang.
And then we are going to go and start calling one at a time. So there'll be about a 15-second delay. So wait about 15. Hi, Carol. You're back again. We'll wait about 15 seconds, and then we're going to start calling individually, one at a time, to go through and do our monologues via FaceTime. And Matt's going to be giving direction as we go through, just like we do in class. So while that's going on, everybody, we would love for you to take out your notebooks, be watching each other's performances, learning from them, and we're going to continue to grow as a community, but virtually.
Yeah.
Woo! All right, so I'm going to cut out this FaceTime now, and then we are going to jump in and start sending calls one at a time so you guys
Nice
can...
tank top, Jared.
Joey said nice tank top, Jared.
Thanks, bro.
So, we are going to now shut this off, and I want everybody to unmute your computers, and then we'll be popping up on the computer too. So unmute your computer, hop on the live link that we sent out, and we'll be calling one at a time, okay?
When we call you, you gotta mute your computer.
Yes, once we call you, make sure to mute your computer. But until you've been called, keep your... So basically, here's the deal. On that link Shay sent, you'll click on that on a computer and watch the live link, so you'll get to watch everybody's performances. And when it's your turn, we're going to FaceTime you again, and you'll use your phone to connect with us.
Wait,
Does that make sense?
do we need an account for to log on to that link?
No.
No.
You should just be able to click the link, correct, Joey?
Yep.
Yep.
I sent it to your email.
It's on the email. On a computer, you can also click the link on your phone, and then just when it's your turn to call, you'll switch over.
Okay, so you can do it on your phone.
Yeah, you can do it on your phone with the link, but just when it's your turn to call, you'll have to come out of the link and answer the call.
Got you.
Okay, let's all jump on that link, yo.
Oh yeah. Also, is it okay if we share the same phone? Like me and Monica share the same phone?
That's fine, yeah, totally fine.
Okay, we can share a session. This one.
Yep. All right, guys, we'll see you on the live link.
Bye.
Bye. Saya. Okay, ready for this?
Y'all ready for this? Bow, 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 bow. All right, you gonna keep me on time, Brian, guys?
I'll go get you a timer, yeah. Let's start with Scotty, because Jared's is still, he's got to get the link still.
Okay.
All right.
And then if you could give me like you should just time me per person if you don't mind.
Okay, I'll grab it and
Or just
do my best.
yeah, do your best. Keep me on track that way. Who's up first, Scotty?
Scotty. I have all the
Don't
names here.
forget to maximize.
I will not. We're gonna go to Scotty first. Scotty! Hey! We're going full screen, Scotty. Mr. Deere's gonna take the chair. Woo!
All right, so all the hundreds of thousands of actors around the world are watching you right now. Congratulations.
There we go.
What's your monologue from?
I basically just found it online. Oh, who's that?
Cool.
There we
All
go.
right, let's see it.
No. I can hear playback. Is that cool?
So you should mute the computer. Mute the computer.
Oh, my computer's muted.
Okay.
So what's your you just hear yourself back?
Yeah, I'm hearing both of us talk back.
Turn it down a little, Brian.
I don't hear you on my end, but
Try it.
how about now?
Let's see.
It's probably our phone connection. Let me try to call you back.
Man, sounds good.
We're gonna call Scotty back for all of you watching live. Brian, what's the number?
Scotty. Just hit Scotty.
Oh, just hit Scotty. That would make sense.
Scotty, FaceTime. And then once it shows up, hit the full button.
I always hit the full button, Brian. I'm a full button kind of guy. How's that? Is that better?
Let's see. Yeah, sounds better.
Cool.
Turn him up a little
Yep.
more. Just
All right, now we're gonna turn you back up. All right.
Cool. All right. I'd only been attending that school for about a month when it happened. I was a new kid and I really didn't have any friends, so I was in the library alone. And that's when I heard a sound. It would shake you to your core. It was the sound of screaming and gunshots. Of course, I panicked and I looked for a place to go. And that's when I saw a guy I'd never met before. He was hiding underneath one of the computer tables. And he must have noticed how scared and lost I looked because he gestured for me to come hide with him. And it was so weird, you know, in the midst of all the chaos that was going on around us, there was this moment of clarity where everything in time stood still. And I got to look at him in his eyes, and they were this incredible shade of blue. They're so bright and full of life. He had this kind of expression that it made you feel like no matter what was going on around you, we were safe. And he gave me this timid smile. And he said, "Hey, everything's gonna be okay." And that moment was ruined by the sound of more gunshots coming down the hallway. And he looked at me again and he said, "Hey, it's all gonna be fine." And that's when the doors burst open. I closed my eyes so tight and I just kept begging and praying that it would all come to an end. And that's when I felt it. It was this weird pain in my thigh, and I had never felt before. And it took me a second to even realize what happened, but I reached down and there was blood. And I looked up at the boy with the blue eyes, and he was holding his stomach, and he was bleeding too. And he was on his hands and knees, and he was begging with the shooters. He was pleading for his life. And I just kept thinking, you know, maybe there's something I could say in this moment that would save this boy's life. But I couldn't even put a thought together when I can still see it. There was so much blood. And I grabbed his hand. It was still warm. But those eyes, those deep blue eyes, they were empty now. I passed out after that, and when I woke up, I was surrounded by cops and paramedics. And all I kept going through my head was, why did this have to happen? I mean, why did this have to happen to him? Why is he dead? Why am I alive? I mean, he had a family, he had friends, he had a future, he had a life. I always wished my life was different. I always wished something so exciting would happen, it would change my life forever. You gotta be careful what you wish for. Same.
If you're online, you can clap here.
Thank you.
This is interactive. So Brian just told me, did you went through something like this?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, I was at the, basically at the venue when Gabriel Gifford was shot. And so kind of experienced all that mayhem.
That's nuts.
And yeah, so. Yeah.
So when I heard this piece, I just want to talk to everybody online here for a second. It's chilling because this is a very serious piece and it's about a crisis. It's about, when mayhem happens. And, we're going through that right now as a world, obviously, and when there's a bunch of fear and panic going on. So one of the things tonight that there's a couple things I want to talk about, but one of the things specifically is I highly recommend all of us actors and entertainers, performers, just people that are in our field, what we're doing. I highly recommend that you go back and rewatch the SNL from 9/11. Because they had this moment, it was, they're in New York, live from New York. Couple days after the Twin Towers go down. Everybody's scared. Nobody wants to go on air. Everybody's terrified to be there. And they decide to go up. They decide, hey, we are gonna persevere. We're gonna push forward. And I watched that. I shared that with our team over here. And it's part of the reason why we're doing what we're doing tonight. And we're gonna keep doing it. Is we're gonna keep being a light out there. We're not gonna let this stop us. And we as a community I believe have a responsibility to continue to get better, keep doing stuff like this and putting it out there and letting the world hear our voices and hear entertainment and hear, bone-chilling performances and making people laugh. Seriously, I gotta if I'm being honest, I want to just go in my closet, bury my head, and come back up for air 3 months from now. That's what I want to do. But I'm pushing myself to have the will to go forward, whatever that looks like, whatever that means, and we don't know what that means yet, but But those of us who can do that, because you know, we're gonna survive. That's the truth. Like, we will get through this. It's gonna happen. But I mean, it's terrifying. Like, we have Carol is on here tonight, and she's a stewardess for an airline. You know, I mean, everybody's life. It doesn't matter who you are. Everybody's life is shaken right now, and this is our generation's thing. Like, whatever the thing is, like, this is our generation's thing that we're about to go through, and we're just in the beginning stages of it. So it's not about the circumstance that happens. It's about how you react to the circumstance. And entertainers have a huge responsibility in a time like this to continue to put out art. Like, it's really important, more than ever, that we are producing our own stuff, and that we are, you know, just making a difference. So anyway, it's a beautiful piece, and I'm proud of you for choosing it, considering what you went through and everything. Let me ask you a question. Are you memorized on it, or were you peeking down at a script?
Oh no, completely memorized.
Okay, so now I'll critique you, okay?
Please do.
So the one of the things I like to say is an actor gets paid to keep their chin up.
Okay.
So anytime you're sad, you don't want to let yourself go down. Ideally, you're going to keep your eyes up here, and you need to show us all the memories and feelings and things that are happening in your eyes, and that's how we're going to get emotionally connected to what you're doing. And then probably do a little bit more work on the guy that you're talking about.
Yeah.
So really spend time on just like even short story writing out who he is, and like beyond what the monologue does, like go even deeper into it. And remember, like, you want to do a sense memory exercise with this because it's so emotional. So like, what did it smell like, and what color was the desk, and what kind of wood was it made out of, and you know, all that stuff.
Okay.
Just the more detail you can go into, it'll help you believe what's going on. And then lastly, and so this goes for everybody here. So ideally, what we're going to do throughout the night, class, is continue to build on each other's performances, and we'll keep watching and hearing the critiques, and everyone kind of write down little notes per session. But if you notice, so we're going to need to get good at this in the next 3 months. Just putting stuff out online and doing stuff in this way. So realize that you have this space right now, Scotty, where you can kind of come in and out, and that's what you have to work with. So realize that you got to pick who you're talking to, whoever it is, whether it's a therapist or a friend or mom or I don't know, you'll figure that out. But there'll be times when you can lean in and lean back and, you know, think, but you have like this space here. So get good at using this space.
Okay.
Make it sort of three-dimensional.
Perfect.
All right, well done, sir. We're gonna move on to the next one.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate your time.
Absolutely.
Nice job, Scotty.
Man, that was good.
So good, so good.
Yeah.
Games, baby.
My next lesson for everybody before we get started with Jared, Mr. J Red,
What's happening?
is this. Here's the next lesson I'm gonna just throw out there for everybody at home. Okay, we just watched a really deep monologue, and that's cool. So it puts us in this space. But I was reminded today by one of our, and I'm gonna talk more about him later. But this guy came in who we respect a lot, and he just reminded us, Brian specifically, to smile. Like, don't forget to smile right now. It will change the way you feel. And like the way that we all got online tonight and everybody was like, oh, this is crazy, it's so fun. Just remember to do that throughout the day. You know, you if you go to the store and you got to go buy some things, like, smile. You know, like, be the one that's not in that state, and you'll be able to affect 5 people around you. You know, and it's just it'll make a difference right there. So let me see a big smile, Jared. Yeah, baby, ear to ear. All right, here we go. Let's hit it.
All right.
lying around shit. What? Over? Did you say over? Nothing's over until we decide it is. Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? Hell no. And it ain't over now. 'Cause when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Who's with me? Let's go! Come on! Ah!
Cool. Is this your place? What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not done? There's more?
What the fuck happened to the Delta I used to know? Where's the spirit? Where's the guts? Huh? This could be the greatest night of our lives. But you're gonna let it be the worst. Oh, we're afraid to go with you, Bluto. We might get in trouble. Well, just kiss my ass from now on. Not me. I'm not gonna take this. Wormer, he's a dead man. Morlord, dead. Nibbler! Scene.
Yeah. All right, good. So I was asking you, is this your place?
Yeah,
It's nice, dude.
chill.
Beautiful. Loving that tall ceilings.
Thanks, bro.
You got a drink or something in the fridge?
I do.
What you got?
See, we got some diet sodas, but don't tell anyone, alright?
I won't tell anyone, dude. No one's gonna know. Just 100,000 people that are watching. Okay.
All good?
So now in this last performance, and Brian's got me on a tight rope here. So we have exactly 2 minutes left. But I want you to now take it upon yourself to be completely drunk, not know 100% what comes next, because he's just like sort of delirious kind of guy, and I want you to come around the corner from where the fridge is, like over that way, come this way and get surprised by everybody, and you'll already have the drink in your hand because he's always drinking.
Okay.
Yeah, so don't even like you could pop, you already pop it, you're drinking, like whatever. It's just it's a part of who he is. You don't need to pour it on yourself or anything. Like you just need to be just always drinking.
Okay.
But what I want you to do is use, so this is what I was saying in Scotty's here. It was like, I wanted him to use his space. He had this like space. You've got a bigger space now to work with.
True.
And the monologue kind of requires it. So let me see what you can do to entertain all of us, your classmates. Like make us laugh and smile and enjoy tonight. And be so grateful that we're online because of this performance. And so be willing to just throw your ass on the line and just be silly and crazy and whatever.
I got you.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
Come on, class. Give him some love from home. Give him some love. Other way, Jared. There you go. Surprise yourself. There you go.
Hey!
Okay, go back. Go back over there again. So I'm only going to hit this beginning, and then I want you to work it. So just be drinking and sort of walking out like you're going to walk straight across, and I wanted you to work on the surprise.
Okay.
You expect everyone to be drinking,
Okay.
and you just see them moping, and it pisses you off.
Okay. Hey! What's with all this lying around shit?
Good. One more time.
Okay.
And I just want to work on that beginning. So it's like one of those like double, triple take deals.
Okay.
You know, like he looks, he's drinking, he's like, what the F? And then he's sloppy too. Like I don't get you. You guys are stupid.
Okay, all right.
He's the drunkest motivational speaker in the world.
Hey.
Yeah, good. All right, well, stop you there because Brian's got me on the rope. That's great. So now I want you to just play, okay? So your homework is going to be to play, and we'll imagine that we're probably going to be in this space next week. So you start thinking about what you could even do with the space. You know, how you could decorate it for us and just become like, make this thing really visceral.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
You can do that.
All right, dude.
All right.
I'm trying to stay on time, gang. I really am. Brian's gotta be harder on me. Harder on me. What's that?
That's time.
I know it's time.
That's what time means. There's a timer. That's what time means. I factored in the call time as well.
Who we calling?
Jemima.
Ah, Jemima. Sweet.
Maybe. Jemima!
We'll come back to Jemima.
Okay, bye, Jemima.
Don't forget, everyone, to have your phones ready. Who's next? What if they don't have FaceTime? Is there a couple people on? Oh,
They
yeah.
all do.
Everyone does?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
If they're in here.
Cool.
What are they calling mine?
If you're watching and you're in the class and you don't have an iPhone, so you don't have FaceTime, that's all right. What you will do is record your monologue and then send it in to us, and then we will record a critique and send it back to you. So you're taken care of.
You've got 2 and 1 here.
2 and 1, let's do it. It's not working.
We got 12 in the live and nobody's answering their phones.
Nobody's answering. Nobody's answering.
There's no answer.
Try the next person. Try the next
Yo,
person.
give me a beat.
Yo, you want a beat, Joey? All right, Joey's gonna rap it for us. But hold on, Joey, you would need a camera for yourself. Facts. Yeah!
Hi guys! I miss you guys.
So happy to be alive, baby.
Awesome.
We miss you too.
Jared, good job, guys.
Revolutionizing right here. I love your studio, by the way. You sent me the video of you for the agent.
Yes, yeah, I did.
Whatever you got going over there, you got a good camera and all that stuff. It looks great.
Thank you.
Is this is that the space?
Yeah, this is.
Walk us around a little bit.
Yeah, I'll give you a room tour. This is my room. I have a little keyboard, and I have all of these movie posters that I love.
Awesome.
And then this is my desk, and there's the live stream.
Yeah.
And then usually where I do this wall right here is where I do the stuff.
The stuff. Yeah, cool. Oh, that's where you record?
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. Good. Cool. All right, here we go.
I do not know one of my sex. No woman's face, remember. Save from my glass, mine own. Nor have I seen more that I may call men than you, good friend. And my dearest father, how features are broad, I'm skilless of, but by my modesty, the jewel in my dower, would not wish any companion in the world but you. Nor can imagination form a shape besides yourself, Talika. But I prattle something too wildly, and my father's precepts I therein do forget.
Yeah. All right, cool. So she's talking to her father and the man she's gonna marry, right?
She's actually just talking to the guy she's gonna marry.
Oh, okay. All right. And she's happy about it or not? I forget what you were telling me.
So she really wants to get him to like her, and I think I discovered along the character development is that I think she is doing like different things throughout the monologue, like trying to be really cute, trying to be really sexy, trying to be like everything that she can think of that would attract him.
Cool.
Yeah.
So let's do this. I'll do a little exercise. Let's try to bring this into modern day.
Okay.
Since that's
awesome.
Where we are. So why don't you play with your room a little bit and just be, let's pretend like this guy is watching you, like you guys are talking via FaceTime.
Okay.
And so the one thing that's missing right now is I'm catching you in the language a bit.
Yeah.
And so somehow, some way, you have to find yourself to being even more precise with the language, but less choppy.
Yeah, I noticed that. It's like hard for me to keep it flowing like smoothly, like I would regularly talk.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Cool.
Okay. Cool. I do not know one of my sex. No woman's face, remember.
Good, do it again. Do it again. Bring it into your voice. And
I don't know why I'm doing that weird voice. Okay.
It is Shakespeare, and it causes me to go British. All right, yeah, try again. And just try to smooth it out.
Yeah. Okay. I do not know one of my sex. No woman's face, remember. Save from my glass mine own. Nor have I seen more that I may call men than you.
Good, now now explode backwards and just get up and kind of like run around the room and keep talking.
Okay. I do not know one of my sex. No woman's face.
Good, do it again, because remember, you're doing it for me or for him.
Okay.
So like it's less yelling, but it's more like it's like you're showing him how free you are as a woman.
Okay.
Which is an exciting thing for a guy.
Okay. I do not know one of my sex. No woman's face, remember. Save from my glass mine own.
Good, now go play with the piano, knowing that we can see the back of you.
I do not know one of my sex. No woman's face.
All right, good. Come on back. Nice. All right. So that was awesome. So now I want you to play with that. And what I meant to do actually was for you to keep going.
Okay.
So not start over, but I liked how you started. You were right up in like his grill, and then I wanted you to move to the next part of the monologue and be free. So then with him watching you, how do you sit down at the piano that he can see he's watching you from behind? You know that he's watching you, and you play like one little key, and he's watching your back, And he's like, oh, she plays the piano. And then maybe you look over your shoulder, and then maybe you're like doing something and you fall back on your bed out of sight. We just see your toes, and then you pop back up. You know, like in how many ways can you use that space to continue to flirt with this guy? And get us to forget about the language. That will be your goal.
Okay, so kind of make it more modern and just like what I would talk like in regular.
Yeah, well, because we can easily put you in the costume of the time, and narrow that down. So for now, I want to work on just the language coming out natural, and then we can always add the time period back into it. But this will help you physicalize, and then eventually you'll physicalize as her in that time period wearing a corset and being a little more upright and whatever. But I still want you to. That's the lesson I want you to get from it.
Okay. Awesome.
Cool.
Thank you.
Good job.
Bye.
Christian.
Hey guys.
Yo, what's
Hi,
up, Christian?
Hold up. Let me set up.
Got the popcorn ceiling, I see.
Hey.
It's gonna be a little slanted, so
That's okay.
it's the only.
It's cool, man.
Only way I can make it work.
All right.
Oh, this feels so weird. Okay. Hi. My name is Ted Mosby, and exactly 45 days, you and I are gonna meet. We're gonna fall in love. We're gonna have kids. And we're gonna love them and each other so much. All that is 45 days away. But I'm here now because I want those extra 45 days with you. I want each one of them. And look, if I can't have them, I'll take the 45 seconds before your boyfriend shows up and punches me in the face. Because I love you. I'm always gonna love you. To the end of my days and beyond. You'll see. See?
Yeah, all right. Well done.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, so talk to me about what's going on.
So what's going on is he's telling his kids how he met his mom, right? And this is in the present, but it's in the future. Present for them, future for us. And he's telling them that if he was going to meet his mom in 45 days, but if he had a chance, he would go back and use those extra 45 days to be with her. If that makes sense. So, yeah, that's what's going on.
Okay. So he made some mistakes during those 45 days.
Well, it's because at the end of the story, you find out that the mom died because she got sick. So he's saying, if I had an extra 45 days, I would be with her instead of doing, the BS I was in with my friends that night. I'll be with her and spend those extra 45 days before I met her. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Good, dude. This was strong. This was a really strong performance, I thought. So,
Yeah.
so why don't we do this now, just to give you a challenge.
Okay.
Let's have you live into it a little more, where maybe you kind of reach for the the camera like this, where it looks like you're like putting it on, and then maybe take off your hat, sort of fix your hair, put that,
Okay.
because you're like creating a video, this time capsule type video,
Right.
And then there'll be a bit of joy, a bit of happiness, but a lot of sadness there too, because you're remembering that she's gonna die,
Right.
But at the same time, you just have this like intimate thing with your kids, and I think sometimes it'd be cool for you to come in, and then think back, and all that. Just give me more like interaction and movement.
Okay. Alright, so I'll just start from like, let's just say I got my phone here and, picked up the phone. Hey.
All right, try again. So when you're, so you grab your phone. I want you to set it down as part of it, okay?
Alright.
And then set it down and actually look at yourself. And then I want you to look at your kids. So you're gonna look at them, and there's like this weirdness of you know me, but you don't know me, and I'm trying to share this moment with you, you know?
Okay. Okay, so I'll pick up the phone.
So take a second and just look at the phone. Just look at it.
Okay.
And it's your kids in there. They're seeing your face.
Hey guys.
Huh.
Alright, let me get a video for yeah, haircut soon.
That's it. Start with the hat off. It's great.
Oh, head off? Okay.
Keep it in your hand though. Like I want you to give yourself things to do.
Oh, okay.
Like that way you can stay in motion.
Alright. I'm Ted Mosby, and exactly 45 days from now, you and I are gonna meet. And we're gonna fall in love, and we're gonna have 2 kids. We're gonna love them and each other so much. All that is 45 days away, but I'm here now because I guess I want those extra 45 days now. I want those extra 45 days with you. Look, and if I can't have them all, I'll take the extra 45 seconds before your boyfriend shows up and punches me in the face because I love you. I'm always gonna love you. Until the end of my days and beyond. You'll see. See?
Nice, dude. Good. All right, so they were both good. So now I want you to think about just taking this critique with you, and the idea being, what can I do creatively? So I liked what you did with, like, you had the hat off, but then you wanted to just put it down. So I'm like, have the hat, take it off, maybe put it back on, play with your bracelets, like just be specific for everything that's in there. And then you definitely need to do more work on her so that you can be really emotionally grounded.
Okay.
That was one of the better things about How I Met Your Mother and why it was so successful, I believe, is because the actors really grounded themselves in the emotion of the episodes. And then, I always say this in improv class, when we can get to be like a really grounded, dramatic place, comedy's very easy because the audience is dying to laugh. So this part right here, you're setting up probably the beginning of the episode where we're gonna take this very seriously and be curious, and then the very next scene is probably gonna be something really funny.
Right.
So we want to see that tear in your eye. We want to see you we want to see you ugly a little bit, you know, like you look at and you're kind of like looking at yourself and going like, how do I look, and like hey, so almost like, believe it or not, like you're gonna fall in love with this guy,
Yeah.
Just make it very raw. All right.
Okay.
All right, cool. Good job, my friend.
Thank you, Matt.
Good job, kids.
Bye, everyone.
This is amazing. I am so proud of everybody tonight. Thank you all for being a part of this. Hopefully you're taking some notes, and if we have time, we'll ask questions. Hello.
Hi, man.
How is your world right now?
It's awesome. I mean, it's going good.
Yeah, all right, good.
Matt,
Yeah.
I wanted you to know on Dakota text. So for those who are live and do not have an iPhone, look into Google Duo. And we'll try to
Joey has an announcement for everyone. And Carol, you gotta mute your
mute
the
this.
video.
Okay. I don't know how to do that. I'll just run it out of the room.
look into Google Duo is an option for you if you don't have an iPhone. But also, if you don't have an iPhone, just for now, after class, record your monologue and then send it to us, and I will record you a critique and send it back to you.
Matt, that's what I'm saying. We can video them in. That's what Google Duo is.
No, I got it.
Okay, cool.
But I'm saying, like, we're gonna maybe figure that out for tomorrow.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, if it works, it works. So, all good. Okay, here we go.
Hi there, Matt.
This is amazing.
I know, this is just crazy. I love it. Glad you guys could get this all worked out for us tonight.
It's so cool. I know, I'm pumped.
Okay,
All
are you
right,
ready?
I am ready.
Okay. Sorry, all of a sudden. Okay, I'm ready. I keep things in. Things. Emotions. My emotions. I know that that's probably not a good thing. I have a tendency to show no emotion when I'm feeling emotion. I just have a hard time opening up to someone. I get closed off. I feel that by being emotional in front of someone kind of makes me very vulnerable and weak. And I have a hard time with that. You know, being in that state of vulnerability. It's not a place where I like to be because I feel like I'm not in control. When I'm not in control, I get anxiety. Whenever I truly loved somebody and opened myself up to them, they have always stabbed me in the back. I have a hard time with that, you know, trusting people. It could be anyone. Friends, family, boyfriend. I'm not sure if I truly trust anybody in my life. It's sort of a protective shield I put up, and it only gets stronger with time. I do desire to be more vulnerable, but at the same time, I want to stay protected. I feel torn. Every time I take a risk, I get hurt. I'm not sure if I should keep taking more risks. Scene.
Yay! Cool, thank you. All right, so I love that. That was great. Have you been working on it at all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah, good. No, it was awesome. So let me hear what's your take on her?
Well, I really changed after doing my my character analysis because I had to make it all up. At first, I was just sort of thinking she was a baby and a victim and this and that. But then when I created her backstory, I really felt really sorry for her. I felt like she's had gotten some bad deals in life, and she's really trying to reach out and get in touch with her feelings and be more trustful of people. So it was really interesting that I went from being sort of angry and you're such a baby to like, oh my God, I feel sorry for you.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I really expressed that well tonight.
Well, so Carol feels sorry for her.
Yeah.
Okay, but what about where you said you were playing her as a baby before, like sort
No,
of...
I felt she was kind of babyish and selfish and just like a victim, and that's just
I see.
like the victim and not taking responsibility. And now I feel like my new story about her is like she really did have it tough, and so she had a lot of bad things happen, and she still needs to take responsibility.
Sure.
But she's got to man up a little bit. But I do have more compassion. I have more compassion for her than I did before.
And where is she? Who is she talking to?
She's talking to her, one and only friend that might be a little frustrated with her because her friend wants her to open up more, and she's trying to get her to. I don't feel like this person has a lot of friends, and they're probably just having a cup of coffee somewhere, and she's trying to, she probably provoked her to say, why don't you open up to me more? And then this is the response she got.
Is that factual from a script, or was that just your choice?
No, it's just a monologue website, so I had to make it all up.
Okay. It might fuel you even more to be in a therapy session.
Mm-hmm. With an actual therapist.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's two things that I want the class to learn from this piece here, and they both deal with script analysis. So the first one is when she often will like change and like go from word to word, and she's essentially correcting herself.
Mm-hmm.
So let me hear the very beginning.
I keep things in, things, emotions, my emotions.
Things, emotions, my emotions. So she's correcting herself and getting more specific.
Yeah.
And so during that time, I want you to think and I want you to absorb the other person.
Mm-hmm.
As if you're saying, okay, I'm being a little more honest. Okay, here's the real truth.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then with the work you did for her, I believe that you're right about her, that she has a real backstory, and essentially she is scarred.
Mm-hmm.
If you can think of her as somebody who sort of has every right to shut down and maybe play her that way. I think you were playing her too open from the beginning, and if you can play her a little more closed, where she's so the win for her is being here in therapy. When you say like she has to take accountability, she is just by showing up.
Yes.
And now she's taking that first step to start dealing with this stuff. But I would maybe even play with play with hair and play with just being closed off, and yet she's here and she's talking almost like a hurt, tormented teenager. And she's very closed, and maybe by the end of the monologue, even if she goes from being closed like this to a little more open, we'll see that the transformation is beginning for her.
Love it. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, good. Lots of good stuff. Thank you.
All right. Good job. Good job. We're smiling tonight. We're smiling. You can't not smile when you got Carol on. Right, Brian?
Right.
Brian says speed it up, so I will speed it up. Thank you, Brian.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Froze.
You're frozen. Just like Frozen 2 that came out on Disney Plus.
Is it still?
It's kind of like choppy, so we're waiting for it to catch up, I think, here.
Okay.
All right. I think it's probably good enough now. I might have to do some of this via audio.
Okay.
So, yeah, when you're ready, you can go ahead.
Okay. Just once. I would like to see you clean up the refrigerator, Mara. Unbelievable. You think you would have some freaking decency? Why do I always have to do it? It's like you simply don't care if we have people over to look into our fridge. It's disgusting. Just once. I would like to see you clean up the refrigerator. You're the one who always spills out the ice or the soda. You're the one who allows keeping food wrapped up until it becomes moldy. Are you waiting for it to get up and walk itself out of the refrigerator? Are you? Am I the only one who's responsible enough to take a minute out of my day and clean up once in a while? Look at this stuff. Look at this. Macaroni here, 3 macaroni cheeses ago. No wonder we don't have enough bowls and dishes. Cut this, Mara. Some leftover Chinese that are slow, green ink and white wool on it. Beautiful. That looks appetizing. Oh, wait, what about this? Some leftover chicken finger that has been in here from, God, must be 6 months ago at least. Ugh! You've got to be kidding me, right? I'm not cleaning it up this time. You can. You can clean it all up, wash out the refrigerator. No, actually, you can scrub the inside of the refrigerator. And God only knows what else. Because I just had my nails done. And I'm not winning. Empty.
Yay! Very good. All right, cool. So, once again, we're gonna use the space. I want to do the very beginning of this before we wrap. So, I've got 2 notes for you. Number 1 is to be to give me more notes.
Okay.
So sometimes be nice, like be nice sounding, which will make you sound bitchy. And sometimes be very angry, but right now you're kind of playing just middle angry most of the time.
Okay.
And then secondly, if you can space work, because I know you're using space work, and that's what I'm going to practice with you before we wrap. So if you watch me really quick, if I go like this and I reach my hands over like that, and I open up the fridge and I'm like, look at this. Are you freaking kidding me? So now, like, you'll imagine what I'm looking at because it's off screen. Does that make sense? And then I don't think you need to show her stuff. I think you can just be looking in there and going, look at this. This is this thing right here, you know. That way you're not having to pretend like you're showing her stuff.
Okay.
Cool. All right, and you are all the way frozen, so I think it's probably going to be best for you to take that note and have us move forward. Yeah, that's all right. Maybe on the next one, you should try connecting to your phone cellular instead of the Wi-Fi, or the Wi-Fi instead of the cellular, whichever one you're on. Try the other one.
Okay.
All right, it was awesome seeing you. I love your place. It looks cool.
Thank you.
This is so much fun seeing everybody in their natural habitats. Isn't that cool? You should have seen the kids class today. It was unbelievable. The kids were watching each other and cheering each other on. I got to see behind the scenes because my kids were watching the class. And so my wife put it on our story, and it was like so cool because the kids were like laughing and totally connected to one another. And they all felt famous. Hopefully you guys feel famous too. We call you and it's like, it's my turn, my phone's ringing, go. Sometimes it feels like you're talking to yourself though, you know? I'm just sitting here.
Hey, I'm listening.
Are you listening, Joey? Cool, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not by yourself, Kyle.
Not by myself.
Isabel's trying to FaceTime me.
Isabel?
Showing up on my phone.
Okay. Hey!
Good evening.
You'll be next.
Are we drinking? What's going on? What kind of acting class is this? Don't forget to mute the computer.
Yeah. It's still like a little bit on.
Or mute the live stream.
Okay.
There you go. Perfect.
Is this Brianna or?
Whichever one. We can.
Okay.
Me? Okay.
Or you want to do standing? I guess we do this, man.
Got it.
Hi. Hello. I'm Edith. Stopped raining. I'm really no good at speech making. Normally I just get so nervous that I faint or I vomit or sometimes I even get sick. But you really didn't need to know that. But I'm not so afraid anymore. You see, my father helped me. Earlier this evening, I had every intention of giving up my claim to the throne. And my mother helped me by telling me it's going to be okay, and by supporting me like she has my entire life. But then I wondered how I'd feel after abdicating my role as Princess of Genovia. Would I feel relieved, or would I feel sad? But then I realized how many stupid times a day I use the word I, and probably all I ever do is think about myself. And how lame is that when there's like 7 other billion people in the world? I'm going a little too fast. If I cared about the 7 other billion people instead of just me, that's probably a much better use of my time. See, if I were Princess of Genovia, then my thoughts and the thoughts of people smarter than me would be much better heard. And just maybe those thoughts could turn into actions. So this morning when I woke up, I was Mia Thermopolis, but now I choose to be, forevermore, Amelia Migonette Thermopolis Rinaldi, Princess of Genovia. Woo! Okay.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. That was very good. That was very good. How'd it feel?
It felt really good. I honestly had such a hard time with this piece, and then when it's performed, it's like, whatever.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, I want you to think of about 3 or 4 variations when she goes like loud and fast.
Yeah, that's. Mhm.
And so, and then find the one you really like the most.
Mhm. What other 3 variations could I do? Do you mean like in terms of tone or just in terms of?
Yeah, all of it. So you may just go really, you may go really fast and passionate. That one was sort of loud and angry.
Mhm.
So just play with some different things there. And she's having one of these moments right now where she's just holding herself accountable, and she's willing to step into the role that she's supposed to be in.
Okay, different.
So it's a really nice coming of age piece.
Hold accountable for your position.
Yeah.
And is this just like in general, like for the whole piece?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
And be careful of your posture, and I think there's a way that you can help her, so we can watch her transform right in front of our eyes. It's like she's making the decision, but as she talks herself through it, we actually physically see her in the end saying, you know what, I'm going to be a princess, and what a princess is supposed to be.
Mhm. Okay. And that could just be slowly and throughout.
Correct.
Yeah, and you said there was one part you said hold accountable. What was that for again? For the person she became, or I just didn't get
So
that.
what she's saying is she's been selfish.
Mhm.
So she's holding herself accountable for that.
Mm.
That's something I actually believe in as a person very much, is to be honest with where you are in life. And once you hold yourself accountable, that's how you grow. So she's having one of these moments. So you want her to have that, take the win, and then see how she transforms and becomes something new. And you can do that right in front of our eyes.
Mhm. Okay.
All right, very good. Let's move on.
Thank you. See you guys. Here's my sister.
Sister time.
Yeah. Get the drinks ready. Hi.
Hello.
Yes. Do you feel that? That's emotion. Has anyone ever told you how Tommy died? We were married for 3 years and 5 days. and I loved him. But for the last couple months, I just wasn't into sex at all. I just felt like we were so different, and I was depressed. Some of that's just me. Some of it was he wanted me to have kids, and I have a hard enough time taking care of myself. I don't think that makes me a criminal. Anyway, one night after dinner, he drove to Victoria's Secret at King of Prussia Mall to get some lingerie to get something going. And on the way back, he stopped on the 76 to help a guy with a flat tire. And he got hit by a car and killed. The Victoria's Secret box was still in the front seat. That's a feeling.
Can you feel, with you, I can feel everyone online clapping for you. It's amazing.
Thanks.
All right, good. So, my critique for you is going to be very careful with your body language.
Yeah.
So as you were standing there, especially in the beginning, it was a bit sloppy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to make sure that you have a very specific point of view.
Yeah.
Because right now it feels like you're in a little bit of a gray space.
Mm-hmm.
So let yourself decide how serious she is and sort of manic, and that she maybe there's been a lot of transformation pieces tonight, but I think this is one of them where this might be something she hasn't talked about a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden she's like bringing it up, and by bringing it up she loosens up all these emotions and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Probably her physicalizations are going to be there, but just be more subtle. So I know we worked on them bigger, so now we want to probably bring them down.
Yeah.
And then the sex thing is such a huge deal.
It is, because that's kind of what led the whole thing.
Right.
And I don't know if she feels like anger or guilt yet, but I think the anger would be directed at herself either way.
Yeah, I think it's total guilt.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's anger there too. And at the end of the day, it's hurt. But essentially, she's blaming herself for the whole deal.
Yeah.
I mean, she's just saying, like, basically out of selfishness, I wasn't even open to this thing. And because of that, he felt like he had to go and do extraordinary measures. And then there's that. So you're telling me to open up, and I'm going like, well, this is why I'm so closed.
Yeah. All right.
Cool. Good job. Good job. Good job.
Really good.
Hi.
Hello.
Okay, I just muted my computer.
Awesome. Woo! All right.
Hey guys.
How you doing?
Hello. Good, you?
Awesome. Life is good. All right. Let's see it.
All right. Quick question. When I was working out with Shay, we were trying an accent, but I didn't know if I should continue with that or not.
Is it required for the piece?
No, but I think more of the time period, just because when I say it like in like an American like modern day dialect, it kind of sounds cheesy because
Okay.
it's talking about like past times, I guess. If that
Okay.
makes sense.
So so why don't we try it in the accent, and then do you not feel confident with the accent yet?
No, I've been working on it, but
Well, let's go for it.
okay, cool.
What do you got to lose?
Okay,
There's only 100,000 people watching.
absolutely. Okay. was born at Dragonstone. Not that I can remember it. We fled before Robert's assassins could find us. Robert was your father's best friend, no? I wonder if your father knew his best friend sent assassins to murder a baby girl in her crib. Not that it matters now, of course. I've spent my life in foreign lands. So many men have tried to kill me, I don't remember all their names. I have been chained and betrayed, raped and defiled. Do you know what kept me standing for all those years in exile? Faith. Not in gods, not in myths and legends, in myself, in Daenerys Targaryen. The world hadn't seen dragons in centuries until my children were born. The Dothraki hadn't crossed the sea, any sea. They did for me. I was born to rule the Seven Kingdoms, and I will. And
Yay! Good for you taking on an iconic role like that. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, so yes, you have to have the accent, mandatory. Here's your challenge, okay?
Yes.
The pacing was pretty good. Now with the accent, you have to work harder at your diction and your projection. So you have to be willing to have a voice while speaking something that's a little bit foreign to you.
Yeah.
And I want you to detail out for yourself some of these moments that she talks about. And I mean, she's such a badass character.
Yeah.
You know? And
She's my
so,
favorite.
yeah, she's kind of everyone's favorite. Her and Jon Snow, right? But the other thing to realize too is this is one of those hero moments that she's having. So be really careful of head movement. So you were doing some of this throughout?
Yeah, that's my like, I used to sway and now I bobble.
Now you're a bobblehead, yeah.
Yeah.
So realize if to practice this, and this is a good note for everybody, if you want to practice getting rid of some movement, put the camera right here. And then record yourself here, and you'll see that this all of a sudden becomes very distracting.
Yeah.
So sort of put your head on a pedestal, sort of, and practice her from there, and realize that her power comes from her stillness up here.
Yeah.
And then she could still have some physicalization below, but she'll have a lot of control over her like neck and above.
Yeah.
All right?
Cool.
I love it.
Thank you so much.
I can't wait to see it next week. Awesome. Good job.
Alright, have a good night.
Game of Thrones. Alicia Chaos, it says. So, I don't know if you guys all realize, I am literally practicing smiling all the time. That's what I'm doing. Hello!
Alicia!
What is going on behind you? What are all these animal figures?
Oh, that's a Disney.
Is it? This is like a shrine to Disney?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I like it. All right, here we go.
Okay. Well, let me tell you something, funny boy. You know that stamp? The one that says New York Public Library? Well, that may not mean anything to you, but that means a lot to me. One whole hell of a lot. Sure. Go ahead, laugh if you want to. I've seen your type before. Flashy, making the scene, flaunting convention. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. What's this girl making such a big fuss of old library books? Well, let me give you a hint, buddy. Maybe we can live without libraries. People like you and me. Maybe. Sure, we can't change the world. But what about that little kid sitting down, opening a book right now in a branch at the local library, finding drawings of PPs and wee-wees on the Cat in the Hat and the Five Chinese Brothers?
Doesn't he deserve better? Look, if you think this is about overdue fines and missing books, you better think again. This is about that kid's right to read a book without getting his mind warped. Or maybe that turns you on, Seinfeld. Maybe that's how you get your kicks. You and your good time buddies. Well, I've got a flash for you, Joy Boy. Party time is over. You have 7 days. That is 1 week.
Who's delivering the monologue?
It's Bookman, so he's like a library cop, but...
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. It's amazing. Okay, so I think your homework now is going to be to heighten this even more.
Okay.
And for next week, I want to see you figure out what your version of the Bookman character looks like.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking hair probably up and back, and like maybe a pair of glasses and some suspenders, or I don't know what, you know. You kind of just get creative with it. And yeah, I mean this little like side monologue thing is so funny. You're an improviser with us too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so if you can take this and realize that this would be an improv scene where the character's going off on this rando monologue that has nothing to do with what we're talking about, with like the pee-pees and the wee-wees and all that, you know? And then you just sort of, that's your A to C away, and then the character brings it back to whatever the thing is. So it's ridiculous, but you'll see that in shows all the time, these improv principles where we're taking like something serious, we go away from it, and then find our way back, and it's super funny. And I think the more you can find little tiny variations of notes, where sometimes you'll be more serious, sometimes softer, sometimes angrier, but the whole time becoming more intense and more intense and more intense.
Okay.
Seinfeld is continuously running into characters who, again, another improv term, who heighten them, or actually a Meisner term, who heighten themselves to the very top, where then they transform. So this character is going to go all the way to sort of insanity. So you have to give yourself some place to go, and then on your way up, pretend it's like the stock market. You're going to have little dips and valleys, but the whole time you're going more and more and more and more insane.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Cool.
Bye.
Good job. Thanks for supporting Disney. Got to support Disney right now, you know? We all love Disney. They don't, I mean, hopefully they'll be open soon. I'm sure they will. Didn't mean to break it sad. Why did I make it sad? That was weird. Be happy, smile.
Smile.
Hey. Don't think about Disney. Think about Deering.
Because Deering's the new Disney.
Well, we open, yo.
Yeah. Philip!
Hello.
Hello. I don't think we've worked together. Hello.
I don't think we have either. This is my first class through Deering.
Oh, well, welcome. It's a weird time to have your first class.
It is. May you live in interesting times, is what I like to say.
That's right. We're living through change, and change is good, actually. We'll just figure out what it looks like on the other side. I like you already, Philip.
Glad to hear it.
What were you saying, Brian? You need him to sit up a little bit? Or what was this? Huh?
I love Philip.
Oh, Brian was trying to give me sign language I didn't understand.
Oh,
but he was doing this.
Yeah.
And I thought he wanted you to sit up, but he was actually saying he likes you.
Yeah, I can do both.
As a human being, so.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, let's see this thing.
My name is Dalton Russell. Pay strict attention to what I say because I choose my words very carefully and I never repeat myself. Told you my name. That's the who. The where can most readily be described as a prison cell. But that there's a significant difference between being trapped in a tiny cell and being in prison. The what? Now that's easy. I recently set in motion events to execute the perfect bank robbery. Why? It's exceedingly simple. Because I can. Leaves us with just the how. And therein, as the bard would tell us, lies the rub.
All right, very good. So tell me about this guy. What's your take on him?
He is impressed with himself. He's impressed with his own intellect. He's impressed with his own abilities, his own past accomplishments, and he's giving himself bigger and bigger challenges.
Are we impressed by him? Is he sort of a bad guy hero, or is he a bad guy bad guy?
I think he has I would say a little bit of a bad guy hero. There's going to be a small portion of people that say, I understand what you're doing, why you're doing it.
A little bit of Robin Hood-ish in there almost?
Yes.
Okay.
That they will accept his immorality because of who it's being used against.
Okay. Who is it being used against?
A king of sorts.
Okay.
The rich, powerful people, person that would be considered to have blood money, that he is not worthy of his power. He's not worthy of what he has. So if you take it from him, it's not actually a crime.
Okay. And is he going to distribute it, or is he going to keep it?
He's going to keep it.
Cool. All right. So this goes back to the lesson on point of view. And I think you're vacillating between your own opinion of him and who he is. So I could be wrong, but I think there's a little bit of judgment coming from you, like internally, as far as like this guy's like bad. So you're playing him with sort of big eyes and this sort of like he's a bad dude. And I want to see what happens if you just play him smart. Like, what was that show with, what was his name, Sofield, or, remember that? Dang it. Schofield, yeah, what was that? Anyway, basically, this guy was like a super smart criminal type who helped his brother escape from prison. Prison Break was the show, if you saw that. He played his character just very straight and smart. And I like this idea of if you don't judge him as far as being egotistical, but instead you put it on yourself to say, okay, he's giving us all these clues, and he is taking down a king. Play him 100% from your opinion to be a sort of a good guy, and see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah. And the thing you want to be careful of is face acting.
Yeah.
So you're doing a little bit.
I know I'm super close to the camera here, and I've actually never used FaceTime before, so I have actually no idea what I look like.
Well, welcome to the 21st. But here's what I want to show you. So basically, it doesn't even matter how close it is. It's more this. It's like, so I say, and then I broke out of prison. And you're just adding, like, I call it adding mustard on there. Whereas if you just have the thought, but you don't show it on your face, you have to trust us that we can feel your thoughts. We can feel your feelings. Okay? So just a little more faith in that, and a little more just subtlety, I think, for him would be awesome.
Cool.
Yeah. And then we'll play with more stuff, but I'm thinking probably, you could even do more with, like, your environment and stuff while we have this setup. Like, it's possible you could have a whole like thing that you build at your place, and sort of entertain us in that way.
Okay.
Cool. All right, dude. Great to meet you. Good job. What's up? All right, looks like Brian's telling me we got 3 people left. What time is it here? 9:27. So Matt's running late. Brian, you should have kept me on time, dude. Come on, man. What's your deal?
Hey, I'm just saying hi from down here. What's up, guys?
Do you have a camera on you, Joey?
Yeah, I just turned it on myself just to say hi.
That's pretty tight, dude.
Hi, guys. Love you. Miss you.
Joey's the best. I gotta tell you guys. Joey, pretty good dude. Tomorrow, actually, Joey, myself, and our sort of spiritual guru, Paul, are going to be on a podcast. I'm sure Brian will probably join us too, maybe Shay. And it's going to be really good. Really,
It's
really
called
good.
Divine Roots. You can check out the first episode on our website.
Yeah.
Go to podcast, Divine Roots.
And basically, Paul is like, I don't even know how to describe. He's like a shaman, but he wouldn't call himself that.
He's very humble.
But yeah, he's humble, but he's spiritually connected, and he does these great meditations, and he's gonna help a lot of people, especially in this turmoil, this time of uncertainty, for you to find yourself and ground yourself. Yo,
hey.
Dude,
What's going on, guys?
I'm checking it out.
Life is good, my friend. Yourself?
Life is great.
Good. You quarantined in your house? I love it.
Pretty much. Working from home's a good start.
Nice, dude. All right, let's see it.
All right, here we go. Great moments are born from great opportunity. And that's what you have here tonight, boys. That's what you've earned here tonight. One game. We play them 10 times, they might win 9. But not this game. Not tonight. Tonight, we stay with them. Tonight, we stay with them. And we shut them down because we can. Tonight, we are the greatest hockey team in the world. You were born to be hockey players. Every one of you. And you were meant to be here tonight. This is your time. Their time is done. It's over. And I'm sick and tired of hearing about what a great hockey team the Soviets had. Screw them. This is your time. Now go out there and take it. See?
All right, very good. What's this from?
It's from the movie Miracle with Kurt Russell.
Okay.
It's about the 1980 U.S. hockey team that pulls off like the upset of the century against the Soviets, who was like unbeatable back then. So It was just a huge upset in sports.
Cool. All right, so this is interesting. I'm going to give you a little bit different direction because of the piece. So I would not look at the camera at all. You'll kind of gloss over it, but you won't actually ever make eye contact because you're talking to several people. Whenever you look at the camera, it sort of breaks the fourth wall.
Right.
And then you need to have a relationship with the players. So the guys you're talking to, you really got to connect to them emotionally. I mean, basically this guy could cry because of all the blood, sweat, and tears that his team has put into this and to get here. They don't belong there.
Right.
So I'd rather you find a way to, I don't know, almost be a little more casual coming in, and then you can build up into that inspirational coach and then back down, and ideally there's that little glimmer of tear in your eye that's just letting them know we're all in kind of deal. But it started off like this, like a very upright kind of deal. And I think he can come in and sort of relax and look at everybody and look at his team and see what you're looking for is what do they need. they're in this time where they're nervous. They're in this time where like they're in a place that they felt like they wouldn't belong. It's foreign to them. And so you have to be the voice of reason, and you have to be the voice of inspiration. So you need to see where they are, and then meet them where they are, and then lift them up and essentially raise their vibration.
Right.
But start where they are. So soak them in. And then your homework is going to be to study, not necessarily this movie, because I don't want you to repeat the same performance, but watch some of the other great coach monologue performances and see what I'm talking about as far as like the build.
Gotcha.
It always starts with them meeting the players right where they are, and then they find a way to kind of maneuver and play different notes.
Remember the Titans.
Yeah, that's a great one. Yeah. That one, Coach Carter, another favorite of mine. So
yeah. There's a bunch of them. They're iconic, but yeah, just like study what the actors did, and there's definitely a formula to it, and then you'll find your own version of it.
Okay.
Cool, dude. Awesome.
Got it.
Good to see you, dude.
You too, man. Thank you.
All right.
Later.
All right, in transition, if we have any Cardinals fans in the audience, DeAndre Hopkins.
Love it, Joey.
Still pretty stoked about that move. Still pretty stoked. In fact, it may keep me happy for the next year. You know, we're Super Bowl bound.
Were you calling yourself?
Yep. Brian's like, please let me do a monologue, guys.
Now you will receive us.
We do not want your poor and sick and tired and hungry.
All right, so what we need right now is for the group on this group message. If anybody hasn't gone yet and you do have FaceTime, reach out to us. We were trying to get a hold of a few people that didn't answer. So we'll give it a couple more minutes, but then otherwise what you can do is you can send us in, record a monologue, send it to us, and then we will record a critique and send it back to you. And that goes for everybody. So that'll be a nice little bonus. And let me give Brian a couple more seconds here. Brian's gonna try something.
Guys, I know you're all asking, and I'm not just stalling at this point. Yes, I did set up an office in the Sleep Pod because the editing bay was stolen for Matt's desk. So I had to improvise a little bit.
And I slept in Joey's office today, his new office.
Yeah.
So.
Matt took a nap right next to me during the team live stream. He did snore a little bit, I'm not gonna lie.
Did I?
You did.
That's good. That means I was really out.
Yeah,
I needed the rest.
You were in good rep.
I needed my energy for this class. It was important.
The call got failed multiple times.
All right, so we're gonna call it a night here, everybody. So I would like to wrap on speech. I want to wrap on this, okay?
You can call the others too that are not.
Come on, Bri.
That are not Apple, but just won't be on the projector or live.
Let's have him send us. Let's have him send it in.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna wrap here. If Brian doesn't interrupt me again, we'll see what happens.
Actually, I had his thought.
What's that, Brian?
Nothing.
Okay. Remember, everybody, that we've been through this before. One of the things that's important, I think, as a human beings is to remember how resilient that we are in times like this. And this is an example of it. Our community coming together, finding a way to spread love, connect, and lift each other up. I mean, it's amazing. We're going to be here. We're going to be a beacon of light, definitely. And the thing we're going to talk about tomorrow, it's an unbelievable story. Our shaman friend, we had no idea till today, but he was at Ground Zero across the street, living in New York when he was 20 years old, when the Twin Towers got hit. And his memory of that and listening to him recall the story, it was the most surreal and visceral explanation of that time. It was like you couldn't, I don't know, I couldn't even fathom the experience that he went through. And he brought it up today to remind us that this isn't the first time, it won't be the last time. We go through things. I mean, every generation goes through something, and usually several things. So we're right now in the beginning of our thing. You know, this is, you know, maybe we shut down for a month or something, or a couple weeks, and everyone just has to stop for a second. So we'll call it the Great Shutdown of 2020. You know, there'll be some catchy name for it, and it'll be the thing we talk about, and that we got through it and how we got through it. So remember that you're gonna go out there and you have a responsibility, just to continue to spread love and to continue bettering yourself. I highly recommend that everybody fight and fight and fight not to get stuck and glued to the news. It's so hard not to. I can tell you that we're all guilty of it, and we're trying our best, but like, try not to get glued to the news and to panic. Obviously prepare yourself, but you don't need to panic, and fight and fight and fight with everything you have inside you to better yourself, to find a way to level up during this time, and to go inward and just take a breather, take a second to thank God for your life, thank God for this world, and even this moment. Like, sometimes you have to ask yourself, why? Why would we get shut down? Why would this be the best for us? We often can't see the end, but there's always there's a reason for it. So what are you supposed to learn as an individual, and what can you do, and how can you go inside you to figure out, hey, this is the lesson for me that I'm supposed to take from this. And there are going to be a few people, and I want all of you to be a part of this group of people. There's going to be a 1% of people that during this time, if we shut down completely, let's just say, during that time, there'll be a small percentage of people that take 10 steps forward in the darkness when we can't see the light. And we don't know when the end will be, so you're going to want to just cower down and do nothing. But if you can fight to move forward and take 10 steps forward, everyone else in the world is going to be taking 10 steps backwards in fear. And so when the lights get turned back on and all of a sudden we see where we're at, there will be a group of people who have separated themselves doubly. So it's not only are you doing more, but you're doing more and everyone else is doing less, which puts you in a really good position. So I just want you to know that there's a lot of opportunity to be had during crisis. And one of the big opportunities is just being kind, finding a way to smile, finding a way to love people in an extraordinary way. Invite your neighbor over and give them some toilet paper. You know, I don't know. Just be extraordinarily kind. And I don't believe you'll regret that in any way, shape, or form. So love you all so much. Thank you for tuning in. If you didn't have a chance to get critiqued, please send us in your monologue tonight, tomorrow, and we will send you a critique back via video. So you'll get to see a video feedback on your monologue. We love you all very much. We'll probably be on tomorrow as well, actually, for the Tuesday class, depending on how that goes. But assuming we are, everybody's more than welcome to tune in and watch whoever wasn't on tonight. You can watch them perform tomorrow and just check in and say hi to everybody on the online. We're going to be doing a lot of this. We're figuring this out. The nice thing is we've been preparing for this for years, so we are in a position where we are able to do this and do it right away, and we're going to be trying to deliver as much positive, light-filled content as we possibly can. We're going to be doing comedy. We want to put up some of our shows still and find a way to stream those. And honestly, we need our community. We're going to want you guys, so we'll reach out to individuals, and anybody who wants to be involved, let us know. And so, you know, within a safe environment, we'll bring in a few people at a time and make sure that we're still like producing and putting things out there that are of goodness right now, and that will maybe put a smile on someone's face or be inspirational. So that is our goal. Love you guys very much. Have an awesome night. We'll see you tomorrow, or soon, or next week.
And guys, for that audition video, send it as an unlisted YouTube link to the studio, or send it through Dropbox to the studio. When you send a video file, it can get really hairy because of how big the files get. So make sure you do it one of those two ways so we'll be able to view it, and we'll send it back to you that same way you sent it to us.